Okay, so 5 games came out for PlayStation Plus in October. Problem is, I didn't get to any of them because of GTA 5, obviously. So now we're going to start doing them. Now I'm going to do Street Fighter X Tekken for the PS Vita. I'm going to get that one out the way first because I never play fighting games. I terrible at them, awful. But I do still enjoy them. So take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt because I know nothing about fighting games. I'm just going to play it and show you what it is. So Street Fighter X Tekken, I know that. No, I know that. So this is the PS Vita version one. Now I know this game had a bit of controversy because it's Capcom. The PS Vita version didn't have 12 characters. The Xbox version and PS3 version didn't have, but they were already locked on the disc for the Xbox and PS3 version. So that was controversy. It was their on disc DLC stuff. So what we're gonna do. So I have done the training. I've done the whole training. It's a pretty good tutorial, I'd say. As you can see, tons of characters. Mega Man, there. For a person who never plays fighting games, obviously a tutorial is very handy for me. I don't, but it's not a bad tutorial. There's one problem that Capcom seem to do with their fighters is that when it's showing you what move you got to do, it says light punch, but it doesn't tell you what button it is. It just says light punch. It doesn't tell you what button to press. It just says press light punch, but it doesn't tell you what button actually does light punch. That's the problem I've always got with Capcom games. They do that. I think Mortal Kombat has and Injustice has a much better tutorial. Now I'm going to say I'm not a huge fan of Street Fighter. I much prefer Mortal Kombat and Injustice, Gods Among Us, and even Dead or Alive to a certain point. I just find Street Fighter really frustrating and annoying. But we are going to do versus. Now this is going to be my first fight. I just done the whole training. Now what you're going to see is me mash buttons. That's all I can do. So medium. Now obviously it's Street Fighter X Tekken, so it's Street Fighter and Tekken characters. As you can see, loads of characters, but I believe 12 of these weren't on the Xbox 360 version. I don't know if they released it for free or not. Pac-Man, it's cool. Mega Man, who looks nothing like Mega Man. He's the human version, I believe. Let's turn it up now. Who should we play as? Should we play as Pac-Man to show off? And then we can also have Mega Man. And then you also pick. So it's 2 characters, and you can tag between them, switch between them. Who should we pick as them? Now I believe she is a transvestite, I believe, Poison. Who should we pick? I like Bison. And the bear. We'll pick the bear, see? So I'm up against him, guys. And this is the PS Vita version, obviously. So graphics look really good still. Obviously because it's cartoony. One thing I like about Capcom games is they're quite flashy. They have they're really nice to look at when you do a big combo. They're really nice to look at. That's what I like about them. And obviously you got those things called gems. I don't really understand those yet, but I've heard there was a bit of controversy around that as well, but I'm not sure. Like I said, not really a fighting game person. So everything's default. Stage select. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 stages, at least here anyway. I don't know if that's all the stages. But I'm guessing that is. What one should we pick? As you can see, very colourful, nice. Let's do that one. Why is Pac-Man in that? Oh dear. So obviously, you know, it's basically the standard. It's basically Street Fighter 4 with Tekken characters, kind of, and gems. As you can see, mash buttons, and the back touchpad is used to do moves like that. I went down the back touchpad. I died. Did I die? Oh no, I won. See, Mega Man is the fat one that was on the front of the cover, I believe, for like Mega Man 1. So he isn't actually Mega Man. Obviously, you know, special moves and the bear. Tag out. One thing I have a problem with is to tag out or tag in, you have to press 2 buttons at once, and that's pretty difficult to do for me anyway. I don't know if it is for other people. You're just going to see me mash. Now obviously I don't know what this character's moves are all. Oh my god. As you can see, very colourful, nice backgrounds. Seems like Pac-Man is a heavy character, like Kuma. Whoa. So his gun, oh my god, look how slow that was. His gun can be used. I guess this Capcom, I think, do a much faster fighting game than you know, anyone else. You know, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom is very fast, and I prefer the slower Mortal Kombat-y style, heavy combat. Oh my god, I failed. As you can see, I'm terrible, but I don't play them. I win by mashing. Battle rank B. Yeah, I personally prefer Mortal Kombat. I'm much better at it. I think the tutorials are much better for Mortal Kombat. The fighting is a lot more. In Mortal Kombat, I think it is a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? Like in Street Fighter, it feels quite chaotic. Like, I have never played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, but it looks like it's impossible to play for someone like me. So, but I think like this Street Fighter is, you know, it's a bit chaotic and kind of hard to, you know, tell what's going on sometimes. But Mortal Kombat is a lot more slower and, you know, easier to tell what's going on. You can kind of take your time a bit. You know, it seems easier to combo stuff, and a bit more strategic. Where Street Fighter, it seems like you can just mash buttons. But Mortal Kombat, I don't think you can do that because of the slower pace. So obviously, you know, that's versus this arcade. I don't think there's no story mode, I don't believe. Networking, there's challenges, you can customize. Customization, you can do your gems. you can change your combos, quick combo. Now these are, I believe, here you go. If you just, so combos are basically, you can pick what combo there. You can have quick combo 1. How do you do this? Oh, damn it. What is this? Ah, there you go. So, as you can see, touch controls on display. Now these things called quick combos, where you select what you can have. Quick combo 1, quick combo 2, where you press these top 2 ones up here, the L1, R1. You press those together, and it does a quick little combo, and it's like a preset combo. You can change character color. And there's network, obviously, which I don't know. I mean, fighting games, I mean, it's all about the, you know, if there's lag online, it can really be a pain. But we'll have a quick look at that now. So first match online, we're going to see if anyone's playing it still. I assume there'll be people playing it because of PlayStation Plus. Online battle. Like I have Mortal Kombat on the PS Vita. I have the PS Vita version, and I think, I mean, obviously there's a console version of this, and I would say this is a better port of the console version than Mortal Kombat is of the PS3 version. Does that make sense? Because the Mortal Kombat on PS Vita, the graphics are terrible. But other than that, I would say it's really good. And this, it still looks great. The graphics still look amazing on the screen. You know, the screen, because of the cartoony graphics, it looks amazing on the screen. Because the PS Vita screen is really nice. But I would say Mortal Kombat is better for me. So, try find online match. And I would say Mortal Kombat is much more, on the PS Vita, is a much more substantial game. Street Fighter X Tekken has 55 characters, which is a lot of characters, so I think it has more characters than the Mortal Kombat. I mean, obviously I'm going to compare them because they're two fighting games on the PS Vita. Mortal Kombat has a story mode, which is like 7-8 hours. It has Challenge Tower mode, which has loads. I don't know how many, but it has like over 100 challenges, and they're really fun to do. Has Versus, has the arcade, I believe, as well. I think where this doesn't have a story mode, all it has is arcade, which is like you know what the arcade is. It's like these 10, depending on how many stages. I believe you might be able to set how many stages you want to do, so maybe 10 fights and then it ends. I mean, Versus, you know, it's just a quick battle, and that's it really. And then it has challenges, so it doesn't have too much content, you know. It doesn't look like we can find anyone. Let's see if we can any area. I just find Mortal Kombat a much more satisfying game the combat feels a lot more meatier and a lot more satisfying, and it feels like I can actually play it. I think Mortal Kombat is a much better, if you don't play fighting games, Mortal Kombat is much better to get you into it. Just gonna be online, see how laggy it is. We can test it out if it's good. I mean, the thing is, I could not join lobby. I don't know if we can actually be able to get into one. The thing is, with fighting games, I don't know really how to learn them as much. Hang on a minute, what did that say? Opponent system. Whoa, so if you can play against people on the PS3, that's cool. But I would say, I mean, I'll show you after I found an online match, if it can find one. Here we go, ready. What player shall we pick? I mean, obviously, if you're beginners, you probably try Ryo and Ken because it's like the main standard ones. And I'm going to pick those two because I'm a learner. I'm just learning. And that is my main issue with Capcom fighters. It seems like it's much more difficult to get into than it seems very intimidating to try and play if you're not into fighting games. And Mortal Kombat is just much better if you've never played one. Oh god. Ow. Thanks for that. As you can see, I suck.
Do you have what it takes?
It seems quite stuttery, but I'm not sure. I think it is. It seems quite stuttery. Thanks for that. Yeah. And I'm going to show you really my main problem with it right now. That Mortal Kombat doesn't have. And what makes it so difficult for me to actually play Capcom fighting games Can you see it? See, here it says, here it says square, light punch, triangle, medium punch, blah blah blah. When you, I don't know if I can show, I'm going to show, let's go quickly to versus. Let's just pick Pac-Man, Mega Man. There you go. Random. This is annoying as well, going through how many menus I have to go through just to start the game. So, here's my main problem. If you go here, command list. This is my problem. You see my problem? If you can see it very well. This camera's not the best in the world. But, my problem is that it doesn't say square or triangle. It literally says kick, kick, punch, kick, and so you can't remember it much in your mind. If it said, you know, do that move with the analog stick, then square, then I could remember it much better than I could like that. So you say it says analog stick, you know, down, up, you know, down, right, up, and then punch, 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 punch. If it said down, right, up, then square, 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 I could remember it much easier in my mind. Mortal Kombat doesn't do this. It does square, square, square. It tells you what the button is to actually do that move. In this game, it just tells you what the actual move, you know, what the actual punch is. I can't. I'm like, blah 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 blah. Let me say that again. In this game, it only tells you what if it's a kick or a punch. It doesn't tell you if it's a square, X, triangle, or circle, or what button it is. So that is Street Fighter X Tekken. As you can see, I'm not really a fighting person. I prefer Mortal Kombat. That is my main problem with Capcom games. I still like it. It's very colourful. The graphics are really nice. It's a great port from the PS3 version. You know, the graphics are still amazing, and obviously because it's got that cel-shaded, cartoony look, you know, it's really good to port it over. Mortal Kombat is a worse port. It has really bad graphics, but I still prefer Mortal Kombat because it's much easier to jump into, much easier to learn. Tutorials are much better, and I prefer the slower, heavier fighting. So that's that.